Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we are doing fossils. I've been pushing them back to get a good amount of the support. What I was really doing was trying to get better skills, but Golem Hole turned out not to be as bad as I thought. You get to send a level 8 rock monster turn 2 and onward, and you send it to the graveyard. Then you get to add a fossil fusion. Very good in two ways, because Fossil Fusion needs cards in the graveyard, so it gives you more copies of that, and it helps you with your stronger boss monsters that require higher level monsters than you already meet that requirement. So it's 5 copies of Fossil Fusion and an easier way into your better monsters, so it works out pretty well. Now, most everything else, the strength of fossils is you're using your opponent's graveyard too. Weakness is most of their monsters do about the same thing, multiple attacks or piercing, and then they'll give you added utility from the graveyard and things like that. But as for boss monsters, they leave you wanting a little more. Still, you can sneak OTKs against weak fields even more with econs, so it works out pretty well. Here we're running 2 of the new ultra rare. When he's destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard by card effect, you get to add a fossil fusion or a card that specifically lists it. Don't really have too many of those beyond the old Weathering Soldier, and you can't search him. Loses 600 during your end phases because he's 2,000 to start off with. Good card to send to the graveyard. All of these cards are good cards to send to the graveyard. Taco Crusader is probably the best, that's why there's 3 of him. You get to target a monster, they're face down, or you return a face-up spell, all when he's sent to the graveyard virtually in any way. Then we have Revival Golem that will revive or add to your hand, but it's only 2k defense. Now I'm using Doki Doki. He can discard and special summon, both things that are helpful to this deck, but I'd probably rather run more Miracle Rupture. Miracle Rupture is really good too. You get to just send a level 4 or lower rock, and then if you have a Fossil Fusion in your graveyard, you get to draw another card. Very cool. And then we have Rock Bombardment, which is like Miracle Rupture, but you can use it on your opponent's turn, not your own. Send 1 rock from your deck to your graveyard, inflict 500, but key note is it says rock, so you can just mill your Gaia with it too, if you need that for the fusions and things like that. So pretty cool. Like I said, there's no really point in going over what the monsters do. They either pierce, inflict damage when they destroy, or just keep swinging. It's all really basic stuff. We do have a level 4 Xyz of Malevolent Sin to be a little more dynamic. I don't know how good this deck will be. There's lots more skills I'm interested in, like the one that gives you the Gaia plate from outside your deck. Very cool stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing an Odeon. We're going second. Let's see what our boys got for us. We got a Miracle Rupture and an Econ. I like the Econ, especially with the Doki Doki. It gives you something to do with that extra monster. Here we're facing 6 Samurai Shien. I've fought 6 Samurai a lot in my Duel Links day. They're not really relevant right now, but once upon a time they were meta, so there's plenty of easy ways to play around them. Now we threaten him with an Econ. It's pretty much a win-win for us. We can flip him to defense and already have an out versus him, or he can negate it. We can use Miracle Rupture, which is much better. Taco Crusader, we have the same out. Now we know that's probably a dual wield, so that's why flipping him to defense was all that important. It was in fact a dual wield, but we can chain our own Rock Bombardment. It's going to be another Taco Crusader. Taco Crusader, always the MVP of rock decks. And he's going to flip that boy face down. So nice and easy. Now we can use our skill after our normal summon to throw away our golem. And then we get a fusion. We can use the fusion. Didn't even need our normal summon, but imagine if we needed an Econ take to get over something with like 3k attack, like a Blue Eyes or something, then we could get over it with an Econ. Obviously don't need to hear it. This boy, our Skull King, can win the duel all on his own, as we're going to do Pierce, and then a second attack. We already know a monster's waiting for us, so we know it's lethal. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Joey Wheeler. Field of Warriors. We have a Rock Bombardment. We're starting with our Miracle Rupture. We have our skill live with our Gaia plate. We're going to set Weathering Soldier. He's Noble Knights. I could have waited, or I guess this does wait till he brings an equip out, and we're gonna stop him with our Tackle Crusader, ruining his equip. Using about 3 cards from his hand. He only has, 3 cards from his hand essentially. Throw that away. Search a Weathering Soldier. Don't need the Fossil Fusion. Now we can Miracle Rupture a Golem. So to bring our Golem out. So think of this as how I'm getting rid of back row. So we're making other plays. We have a formidable field here compared to what he's showing us. That was a good amount of damage. Now we bring out our Malevolent Sin. Look at this. This is lethal with a monster removal. And we have more. So we could get rid of an instance of like a Book of Moon or an Econ or something like that. And we'd be able to still have a follow-up play of our real boss monster here, the Fossil Warrior Skull King. Super awesome look. He's at a very bright night in the desert and some pretty cool little cutscene there. Swing at him. Obviously he's the damage alone. So just pretend these monsters absorbed all the back row, and then our Skull King's able to just come and get lethal. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Seto Kaiba. We're going first. We're gonna deny a rank up. He's using Ultimate Dragons. We have Rock Bombardment, Miracle Rupture. We're gonna set the Tackle Crusader, set Bombardment. He's going Maiden, Sage the Maiden. That's going to be 2 instances of a summon from the deck. And you bet one of them will have to be the Spirit Dragon, who's going to attack our back row. Dragon Spirit of White, I should say. It's our back row. Of course, we can chain Rock Bombardment, throwing a Tackle Crusader. Now, it's important we flip the Blue Eyes down. He probably has the Blue Eyes in his hand. Now he knows, or now we know he has a Blue Eyes in his hand as he reveals the alternative dragon. Now he's going to pop us that Tackle Crusader, can flip him face down. That's every Tackle Crusader, right? Or 2. We could use the 3rd Tackle Crusader with our Miracle Rupture. He hits us with a Twin Burst. We can go Miracle Rupture, throw that Tackle Crusader, flip that Twin Burst face down. We didn't have to do that. We could have just done this play, did a little bit of damage regardless, but it doesn't come back to bite us or anything. So we're going to do our fusion, bring out our Skull King. We're going to pierce whatever we have face down, and now we will be able to pierce his Twin Burst for a little, and then we'll have Rock Bombardment going for a little bit of damage, so you know, we're really chipping away. We're going to do a fair amount of damage there at 800. And we do only 300, and this will be a 500, so it'll be at 1900. Which is, you know, any one of our monsters. He only is able to set a back row. Now you get to add Fossil Fusion when a Fusion Fossil is destroyed. Rock Bombardment brings out the Revival Golem. I couldn't summon him. I had to bring him only to my hand. Not sure why I couldn't summon him. But anyway, Econ Take with the Revival Golem into the fusion gives us 2 easy instances. Now that first fusion, when I used Skull King, I should have banished from his graveyard. I banished my own Gaia Plate. We should have been banishing Blue Eyes this whole time. I don't know how many he had in the graveyard just then, but finish him off nonetheless. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Kite Tenjo. We're going second. Let's see what our boys got for us. We have Doki Doki, Fossil Fusion, Rock Bombardment. He is, in fact, Galaxy Eyes. He's making the old plays with the level 4 XZs. I'm sure that version's reacting to the new support just as well as all that level 8 and new skill shenanigans, so I'm sure he does fine. He's playing it the way he knows, bringing out his Galaxy Eyes. Still using Galaxy Photon to add a stream, I'm assuming. Nope, Eternal Galaxy. Sets it, obviously. Now we get an Econ. It's a great top deck with Doki Doki, because Doki Doki can throw away Revival Golem, bring out Weathering Soldier. Now we Econ take the Doki Doki for the Galaxy Eyes. Now we Fossil Fusion. We're able to banish one of his monsters. We got Fossil Dragon Skullgar. Not our strongest monster, but he's 2500 with Pierce, so we'll put that Pierce to use. We do 400, and then 3,000, and then 2,000. So we didn't really need the Pierce at all. But great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Crowler, generally taking advantage of a weak field. It's what these boss monsters are good at. I don't think that's anything that's really missing from Duel Links. We have a lot of decks that can take advantage of a weak field, so we need a little more from our boss monsters, from these fossil monsters, or you're really just banking on the utility of using your opponent's graveyard and stuff like that. Here we mill a Tackle Crusader with Miracle Rupture, flip him face down, didn't really need to do that. Golem Hole is the key here, the skill. We throw away the Earth Gaia, then we fuse. That's Skull King. He could win alone. Skull King could honestly win the duel all by himself. We don't even need that extra normal summon, but that's how we get over back row. We just have so much flooding the field, they gotta pop their back row before our real boys are even on the field. Now he does piercing, he attacks again, he's got the best of both worlds. Very strong monster, great stuff, guys. And yeah, I mean, just get rid of the Doki Doki for Miracle Ruptures, more from there. It's all pretty bread and butter combos. We've messed with rock monsters a ton, so we already knew the Revival Golems and Tackle Crusaders have all that graveyard synergy. It's all pretty forward. I always love Gaia Plates. We didn't use our Gaia Plates normally once, just as fusion. But Gaia Plate's really strong too as just a boss. So very cool stuff.